Now, tonight we're looking at two primary pieces. One, who is Michael? And the word Michael means who is like God. And what does it mean when he stands up? So let's first take a look at who is Michael. In Daniel 12:1, we have Michael the great prince who is watching over God's people. Daniel 10:21, we have Michael your prince. Daniel 9:25, we have another prince, Messiah the prince, who in verse 27 confirms the covenant, which makes him the prince of the covenant in Daniel 11:22. Well, the Messiah, the prince and prince of the covenant, that's easy, that's Jesus. But there's this prince relationship going on here. Now, the word great prince in Daniel 12:1 is the same word that is in Hebrew, the word sar, which is translated as commander of the Lord's army in Joshua chapter 5. Now remember, it's the same Hebrew word. Joshua is spying on the city of Jericho. It's like he didn't trust for sure the spies gave him a good report. 40 years earlier, he was one of 12 spies, and 10 of them didn't give an honest report. So he's going to go check Jericho out on his own, and he's out there and he meets somebody, he whips out his sword and says, "Are you for us or against us?" And this being says, "Neither, but as commander of the Lord's army." Joshua, take off your sandal, you're on holy ground. Oh, ever heard that kind of word before? Moses at the burning bush, right? And Joshua takes off his sandal and he bows down and worships. And this being the Tsar, the commander of the Lord's army, accepts worship from Joshua, and Joshua is not condemned for it, meaning that is none other than Jesus, God, that is there, meeting with him. Well, but Michael has the same name, the Tsar, the commander of the Lord's army. Dr. Francis Nigel Lee, Professor Emeritus of Systematic Theology and Church History at the Queensland Presbyterian Theological Seminary, says the following. The dominant pre-medieval view was that Jesus, the second person of the triune God himself, is the angel of the Lord, or Michael. This mainline traditional view of the early church was rediscovered by the Protestant Reformation and stressed also by Calvin, Luther, and later by Matthew Henry, etc. Did you see what that just said? The mainline traditional view of the early church was Michael is Jesus Christ. The primary view of the Reformers went back to Michael is Jesus Christ. If you doubt me on that, here is a simple way to check. You can get a Geneva Study Bible. You can get it online or a paper one. The study notes in a Geneva Study Bible were written by John Calvin. This guy right here. And if you go to Daniel 12:1, go down to the footnote at the bottom of the page for 12:1, it will say Michael is Jesus Christ. Whoa. So that's not what most people believe today, but that's what the early church and the Reformers taught. Why did it change? Would it surprise you to find out the papacy had something to do with the change?